tomorrow I'm taking this bike up to Dick Lovett in Bristol. It's going to get an MOT, some other bits and bobs, but more importantly I'm going to get a new set of tyres put on. So I thought I'd quickly get out and give you my thoughts and opinions on the Dunlop TrailMax raids that I've been running for over the last 12 months, probably 12-18 months. So I've done a fair few thousand miles on them, and I've ridden them in an array of different conditions. So to start us off, before I had the raids on, I had the Bridgestone Battle Axe A41s, I believe they were called. And on road I had a few skittish moments where I lost grip. Off road I had zero confidence on them. Like it's just all conditions I just did not enjoy riding on those tyres. So that's why I changed to the raids. I wanted something that not only looked the part, I wanted something that I could use on road and off road. I wanted to take the big GSA off road and be comfortable and have some confidence on it. And last year that's exactly what I've done. I took it to Salisbury Plain several times. Sorry, my jacket keeps flapping and hitting the helmet. I have already done an off-road chat about these tyres, so I'll leave that video in the description box below, so if you want to watch that after this. But in a nutshell, they were good. I did find the limit to them in the kind of really thick wet mud, but for your typical hard packed roads they were perfect, and in kind of light mud they were really good. Full confidence. But unfortunately I just didn't go off road as much as I was hoping I was going to do, so I feel potentially that I may have hindered my road riding for the amount of off-road that I didn't do, let's put it that way. Dunlop class the TrailMax raids as 50/50 tyres, so let's look at their capabilities on road. Now if you look at the profile of the raids, they've got the kind of usual kind of typical nice curved shape to them, even though they've got the knobbly kind of profile. So for me they actually perform really well on road because they still hold that kind of traditional tyre look whilst having the knobblies, rather than being a kind of proper off-road tyre with knobblies that aren't curved at all and just wouldn't want to do any corners. On dry roads like today, I have had full confidence in these. Not once have I had the bike kind of step out from me and me go, oh, switchy bum moment. You can ride as fast as you want to ride and these tyres will perform. When I first got them, obviously with its full tread depth, I did feel a little bit conscious that I was on some knobblies, but you know what, after kind of a few weeks of riding on them, everything kind of settled in. I settled into the tyres as well, and my confidence has just grown since riding with them. Whilst in the rain on these tyres, again, I've never had them step out. Obviously it's rainy, you kind of lessen your expectations of what the top of ride's going to be for that day, and you just take it easy and just enjoy it a little bit more whilst you're riding in the rain anyway. But still, no point have they kicked out or they kind of lost grip in corners. I feel like you're starting to get the picture on how my thoughts and opinions are on these tyres. A few months ago there was a snowstorm that come through, and I thought, you know what, let's get out. And again, on the road where there was quite heavy snow, it just found the grip all the time. If I was on road tyres, absolutely no way would have I gone out. And that's what I like with having a set of tyres like this. It kind of gives you the confidence to go out in different conditions or go and try new things, new areas, because you know you're going to have the grip to do it. Now let me find somebody to pull over and we'll have a look at these tyres and see how they've worn in the last year. So looking at the front tyre, actually I think the profile has held really well over the last few thousand miles. It still has plenty of tread kind of all the way around, and it's still got the really nice kind of curve shape to that front. So the front's not the problem. For me, the reason I'm changing the tyres is the rear. Now the rear's starting to square off. Understandable, I'm a big bloke, the GSA is a big girl, I've got the top box, a lot of time I have the panniers on as well, so it's a lot of weight on the rear. So the decision was either to replace the rear because the front's still good, but I wanted to try something different. Like I said, I haven't done as much off-road riding as I thought I was going to do, so let's change it up. So that is why I'm getting them changed. Let's look at the rear. I'm going to move the bike around so the sun's looking at the rear, so it's not in the shadow. Give me a second. Oh. Now granted, it's not the easiest to see. Obviously got the rear mudguard on, but the centre part is really starting to kind of square off, and the tread in between the kind of knobblies, that's where it's starting to wear. So there's less than 1 mil in these very small parts. I've got about 3 mil in between the big kind of central grooves, but as it is, it wouldn't pass its MOT. Probably can't see it. It was a tiny little kind of cut in the tyre as well. Even though the tread in the central part is starting to go, like I say, it's swearing off, there's still full grip there. Like I say, I still got full confidence now as what I did when I started riding on them. But yes, it's for the MOT man, he won't pass it, so it needs to get changed. One thing you will notice with these tyres is 2 parts. One is the increase in noise. It is fairly noisy. Now with the noise, when you're kind of dead centre going down a straight road, there's an element of noise, you can kind of hear it. For me, I think as soon as you kind of go past like 10% either way, the noise increases. And I thought of it the other day, kind of how to best describe it, because I just don't think the audio would pick up the noise of the tyres. It sounds like the kind of downtone of an old World War II air raid shelter siren. If I can find a clip, I'll put it in now. And that's what it sounds like kind of all the time. It's one of the things you just get on with, and you want the knobbly set of tyres on a road bike. On the road, you're going to kind of have to get used to it. And secondly then is going to be the vibrations. Yes, there are vibrations when you are riding along, and it's something that, again, when you're dead centre, you kind of feel, but it's not too bad. As soon as you, like the noise, go past that 10%, the vibrations really do kick up and they start coming through the handlebars. And again, it is something that you kind of get used to, but then when you think about it, you really do notice it. But if you can deal with extra noise and some vibrations, then you have got a cracking set of tyres for off-road when you do it, and on-road. More importantly, they look the part, don't they? On a GSA, on a big adventure bike, they look the part. As I still do enjoy going off-road, mainly in the summer when it's nice, dry and hard packed, I want something that can still do a little bit of off-road capability, still looks the part, but actually probably gives me a little bit more road orientated than off-road, or like these 50/50. So my next tyre that I'm getting on tomorrow is going to be the Dunlop TrailMax Missions, and I'm going to be interested to see how they compare to their more off-road orientated raids. Once I've got the Missions on, I'll do kind of like a 1 month on review and kind of give you my initial thoughts and opinions, and then again after a year or so of riding them, I will do a full review on the Missions. I'm not going to lie, sometimes I feel like a bit of a fraud talking about things like this, because I don't really know anything about tyres. I'm just an average Joe rider, a lot of road riding, some off-road riding, but it's just my thoughts and opinions. Go out and test it yourself. Don't be afraid to get these, even though they are more knobbly. For me, it's more about the confidence they give you, and for the confidence, I cannot complain, and I would recommend them 100%. I'm just mixing it up next. Ordinarily, because the rear's going before the front, I would have got another rear done, and then once the front's going, then change it up. But I didn't want to hinder my road riding for this year, because I want to do some more touring and more kind of long distance riding. So I wanted something a little bit more road orientated. Well guys, that's it. Just a quick kind of chat and update about the raids and my thoughts. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up, normally subscribe to the channel, and there's nothing else to say, but until the next one, ride safe.